Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to all my lovely regular viewers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So, surprise, surprise, it's not a Glitterbels tutorial. I thought for a change I would do a Naio Nails Acrygel tutorial because I absolutely love working with Acrygel and I don't work with it enough. So I thought on this set I would do a nice sculpted set with a nude base and a jade effect marble on top. So I had already prepped all my nails beforehand and I'm just applying my base coat. When you're working with a poly gel or an Acrygel, you do need to apply a gel polish base coat just so that it can adhere to the nails. So the next part of the video, I'm going to show you some damage to my nail. This is called a splinter hemorrhage. If I do see anything on my nails, I do always like to point it out because you may come across this in the future. We're nail technicians, we're not doctors, we're not able to diagnose, but something like this is just a minor injury to the nail, and it's safe to go ahead and apply any product. So I'm using the colour Just a Whip. I've already done my little finger purely because it's so awkward for me to do my little finger on camera. So I've already done it, filed it and shaped it, etc. So I put on quite a long sliver of the Just a Whip. And then I'm using my alcohol. You can use a slip solution. I normally just use my alcohol. It works exactly the same. And I'm just going to pat and push it into place. My little studio is very, very warm today, as are my nails and my nail beds. So I'm going to do one nail at a time. I'm going to cure them because I do have a habit of smudging things when they go into the lamp. And normally with the Naio Nails Acrygel, you can usually do all 5 fingers at once, or well, 4 fingers and 1 thumb at once. But because it is very, very warm today, I'm just going to do it one nail at a time because I do reckon that it would slide off my fingers. Normally they don't, but I'm not going to take that chance. So I'm just using the tip of my brush just to push that product into place up around the cuticle area. I have my brush at a 45-degree angle just so that I can get it really, really nice and flush. If you start to feel the product drag or stick to your brush, just introduce some more of the slip solution. The slip solution that I use is just alcohol. It's the normal alcohol that we would use to cleanse the nails, and I think it just works exactly the same as any other slip solution. So you don't want to pick up quite a lot of the slip solution. You want to kind of dip it into it and then drain the excess out. So this part of the video, I'm doing it in real time just to let you see how I actually do it. The rest of the video will be done at double speed, just the way I normally do my uploaded videos. So you can see I'm using the belly of my brush just to drag the rest of that product down to the length that I want. I have built up my apex, but don't worry if you don't put enough product on the first time to build your apex or get the length, correct of the nails. You can always go in and introduce more product on top of the product. And I do that further on into the video, so you'll be able to see how I work with that. The good thing that I love about Acrygel is you've got all the time in the world to pat it and push it and shape it. It's not going to air dry the way the acrylic does, and when you put it into your LED lamp, there's no heat spike the way some builder gels would. So I absolutely love this product. And as you can see, I can just continually just push and level out that product to go wherever I want it to go. Now my nail beds are really, really warm, so even the slightest little touch to the Acrygel, it's actually making it dense. So what I am going to do is I am going to cure it, and then if I need any other Acrygel added to this one, I'll do it once it's cured. With just being able to work that product, I don't think I'm going to have to add any more product to it. I'll just be able to do the filing and finishing just to get the shape, the overall shape that I want. Just to make it a little bit easier for me, because I am working on my non-dominant hand, I am curing each nail in between, also because it's very, very warm, and just it's that little bit easier for me to work if I cure and remove the nail forms before I move on to the next one. With my spatula, before I pick up any of the Acrygel, I spray it with alcohol. That way none of the Acrygel is going to stick to the spatula, so when I place it onto my nail plate, it'll come away quite easily. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch the rest of me applying this Acrygel, because it is very repetitive. It's done all exactly the same way, and then I'll come back once I start to do the filing routine. So that's all the Acrygel on, and they've all been cured. So there is an inhibition layer, like a tacky layer on the nails whenever you bring them out of the lamp. So I just give them a wipe over with some of my alcohol. And what I do as well, you probably saw at the start of the video, because this is an opaque colour and my forms, they're not clear, I actually go in for 30 seconds with my hand turned upside down, just to do the underside of the nails as well. So I'm doing my normal filing routine. I always start at the sidewalls. I'm using my Glitterbels metal board file with a 180 grit refill. So like I say, I always start at the sidewalls. I make sure they're nice and straight. Then I go to my lower arch. I make sure that's nice and straight and coming out in line with my natural nail. And once I've done all that, I go around the cuticle area, making sure that's nice and flush and level, and there's no obvious ridge where the Acrygel meets the natural nail. Once I'm happy with all of that, I will just file around the whole of the nail, making sure there's no obvious lumps and bumps and it's nice and smooth. For the nail art today, I'm using a selection of different gel polishes as well as Blooming Gel. So I love a good C curve. I just saw the C curve on those nails there. So I'm using Halo, I'm using Model 1s, and of course I'm using Glitterbels, as well as this lovely gold foil. So I'm going to do a marble effect. So the way I'm doing it this time is I'm placing a blob, very technical, of each colour right on top of one another. Then I'm going to take my dotting tool and I'm just going to marble it together and kind of bring it out in spikes, and that way I will lift up more or less each spike to place on the nails. So it looks like my Model 1's white gel polish is starting to come to an end, so I've quickly grabbed Glitterbels white gloss just so that I can get all the colours onto the back of my little stamping plate. So before I add any of that marble to my nails, I'm going to go ahead and apply a thin layer of the Blooming Gel. So the one I'm using is from Amelia. It's not a brand I'd ever heard of before, but I have used this quite a few times and I do really like it. So once all the Blooming Gel has been applied, don't cure it yet. You need to have that kind of base layer, like a floating layer, so that when you put that gel polish on, it's going to start to soften out and it'll make the marble look so much nicer. So I'm just using my Glitterbels ombre brush just to pick up some of the marble, and I'm just placing it on very, very randomly on the nails and just bringing it down towards the free edge. So I didn't mix up just quite enough of the gel polish to cover all 4 fingers, so I'm just quickly adding some more of the Tears of Gold and the white gloss from Glitterbels. Sometimes when you're using a blooming gel, it can just soften out the colours a little bit too much, and sometimes they kind of blend together. So this, I think, is what's happened this time. So I'm going in with a striping brush and some of that Tears of Gold, and I'm also going to use some of the white gloss just to introduce a bit more colour, because at the minute, whenever I'm looking at it, I can see the colours close up, but I want a bit more definition with them. So sometimes when you're using a blooming gel, the gel kind of starts to run out towards the sidewalls. So I'm just giving it a quick sweep down the sidewalls with my fingers just to remove any of that excess gel polish. I deliberately am doing my thumb separately, only because of the angle that my thumb would be while I was doing the rest of the nails. I just feel that the blooming gel would have kind of ran into my sidewalls a bit too much. As with most gel polishes, they do cure with the tacky layer, so I'm going to use that tacky layer to stick the gold leaf to. So I'm just breaking it up into tiny bits, just using my tweezers, and then I'll just place them directly with my little ombre brush onto the nail where I want it to go. There's not really any particular pattern that I'm following putting this gold leaf on. I'm kind of just placing it on the edge of where the marble ends and almost making it like that is the natural end of the marble. So I love matte nails, and I just absolutely love matte marble nails. So the matte polish that I'm using is from Nail Perfection, and it's their Velvet Matte. So you can see here I was pressing down just some of that gold leaf just to make sure that it's nice and level. Sometimes it does sit up quite a little bit. So what I do is I do one layer of top coat, cure it, then I'll buff over it to make it nice and smooth, and then finish off with another layer of top coat. So you can see just where I'm pointing out on the nail here, you can see a little bit just sort of bulging out at the free edge there. So this is what I'm talking about. Sometimes when you're using a blooming gel, it can kind of seep out into the sidewalls and the free edge. So as well as flattening out more of that gold leaf, I'm also going to just buff the edges of the nails as well, just to get rid of any of those lumps. So now that I've buffed over all the nails and they're all nice and smooth again, I'm going to just give them another quick wipe with some alcohol before I go ahead and apply my final layer of top coat. And in any nail service that I do, I always finish off by applying some cuticle oil. So this is Glitterbels coconut cuticle oil, and I wish you could smell it through the screen because it smells absolutely lush. So I do this just to rehydrate all the cuticles after I've been working on them. And here is the finished set, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you could go ahead and do that now. And as this colour is really popular at the minute, I'm going to do another version of this with acrylic in my next video. So take care. See you soon. Bye.